Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Sure glad to see you today. John Fix and I have got a great collection of monkey wrenches dating back to the 1800s. We want to show them to you today and tell you a little bit about them. Let's get on down to the shop and get started.
What really got me interested in tools were monkey wrenches. I've always enjoyed the monkey wrenches, the designs, the combinations of wood and steel, the all steel unusual designs. And what I've got today to talk about, all of these are 10-inch and then a few in here are 12-inch. But that seemed to be the size range, the most popular range. I've got quite a few smaller and quite a few larger. But I laid these out here today to show you the variety that these tools came in. It started back with the Coase wrench. And the Coase, beautiful design here. But actually their first design was this round handle on here. But their patent, back in the 1860s, they patented this screw design here to raise and lower the lower jaw to open the wrench. And that became a standard in the industry. Quite a nice item. Later on in the 1880s, they patented the knife handle design that Perfect handle was so popular with. But that knife handle design was done in the 1880s by Coase. But this is the first opening here. And it was a very efficient and it was a good solid design, and you can see how it was used by so many different brands over the years. The first real change was by that I've seen here in the U.S. There may have been some others I don't have. This is a Trimo that was introduced in 1901, and they used this screw on the upper jaw, and they of course put a adjustment knob on here to raise and lower the upper jaw rather than the lower jaw, which gave it a good solid piece. Beautiful. I love this design. I just like the wrench. But it was not a good design as far as strength, because having this post in here in a thinner metal casing, if you bang this wrench, and you could bend this piece here, the outer shroud here, and if you did, the jaw wouldn't move. In fact, I've got a couple of these that I've restored where the jaw wouldn't move at all when I got it. I had to get it apart and really do some forming on here to get it back in shape. But I just love the design of this wrench. And but because of that, Tremont made a change in 1911, and that was this wrench. And they beefed up this piece that held the upper jaw that moved up and down. Same design, but they beefed it all up and made it a lot more solid, and that became their standard that they used. And a lot that was used in the industry. But in fact, in 1925, when Rigid came out with their pipe wrench, they basically used this design in their pipe wrenches. In 1925, and 100 years ago, 100 years from then now, they still use the same exact design. It was strong and it worked well. And there are quite a few of these wrenches out in the market you can pick up, and they're still solid. I mean, they're just a great design, and it held up well over the years. Later on, Tremont bought the assets of the Perfect Handle Company when they got in financial trouble around 1930 and during the Great Depression. And they took the Perfect Handle from their design and added it to their wrench. You can see it's the same wrench, and they just put the wood handle on it here. Made a nice looking wrench, and the design is just classic. It's a nice looking design. I'll go back a ways and run through these. This was put out by Pexto, and I just like it because what's different about it is they gave it a design that, kind of related to the wood handle, but it was all steel. And they embossed this design in here, and really, really made a beautiful wrench. I've got these from 6 inches up through 15 inches now. I'm looking for an 18, trying to round out the design, and but it just turned out nice. Something I've enjoyed having. Here's another wrench by Pexto, but that was before the name Pexto. They would use the PS&W company. They used Pexto and Wilcox, then PS&W company, and then finally standardized on Pexto. In this case, they just took their design and they put the perfect handle style, the knife handle style on here. Made a nice looking wrench. Again, I love the wood and the steel combination together. Although I do like the looks of this all steel wrench that they had. Perfect handle. Here's the design they made with the perfect handle on here. And again, look at all the upper sections. Exactly the same. They're just all done the same screw type adjustment, the same type. The difference here being the knife style wood handle they put on it. And perfect handle, H.D. Smith perfect handle did make one wrench in an all steel design. Similar to what Pexto did, they just did a patterning on here. And this was actually sold to the railroad because all the perfect handle tools were wooden handles except for this one. And they wanted something more durable. I don't know the history, but I'm assuming that's why. And this was made for the railroad. And I've got a couple of sizes of it, a smaller one than this. I don't have the larger sizes yet. I'm kind of looking around for them. But again, the same mechanism here, the same design, and solid, heavy duty, and really, but nice looking. If they put out a wrench, they wanted it to look nice. That's why they did that to the steel handle rather than just having a plain handle on there. They were always proud of all their tools and how well they were made. Another perfect handle one here. Actually, this was perfect handle. This seemed to be exactly the same when you put them side by side, but it doesn't have the perfect handle name, so I'm assuming someone just copied it. But I've got that one in the grouping too. Bemis and Call, B&C, they made a lot of nice wrenches, and this one was a railroad wrench, and they made it a little differently. This one had the adjustment knob. This one's the only one that's a different design from the rest in that they put the threading on the shank here and use this knob on it to move the lower jaw up and down. Very efficient design, very well made, and really finished out nice with, see that nice grain on that wooden handle? Really, very nice. This is another Bemis and Call design, and they made this in several different styles, but this heavy duty, same type style on it here with a steel handle. This is also, well, I showed the Coase, I talked about the Coase wrench earlier. This is the Coase wrench, the first design with the standard round handle on here. Easier to restore because you could take the handle off. This one, you can't take the handle off without being destructive on it here. But it is a beautiful design. Again, with the 1960s patent here for the adjustment, which was Coase, and then they actually patented the knife handle here. So made, again, another nice looking wrench. There were some other styles made. This is Acme, and the Acme is just, this is a heavy duty wrench, and they actually bent this steel bar and steel rod in shape and then threaded one end and then put the solid end through up into the head of it here, and this one adjusted by moving the lower jaw up and down on this post, which is actually part of the handle here. Interesting design, unusual, and really nice. A nice tool, nice, well-made tool. This is a Gerard wrench, and I've got this here because Gerard just made a beautiful wrench. Did a little different patterning around here, but very similar to the others. Actually, not a lot different. Used the same adjustment here, but the wood they used in the handle, I love it when I get a good grain on wood, and I got a super grain on here. Finished out really nice. Makes just a beautiful tool. This was made with Diamond Tool. Diamond Tool made great tools. If I've got one knock on this, so I think the handle's a little slim, but it's solid. It's well made, and the finish on it was just very durable. Whatever they did for a finish, I was able to clean this one up, but it wasn't terribly rusted when I got it. And they always identified their tools with a good identification on them. And Diamond Tool and Horseshoe. Before that was Diamond Tool and Caulk. And there's their version of Monkey Wrench. And Rigid. Rigid made this wrench, and this is patterned after their pipe wrench. And I don't know what year they brought this out, and I think they still market this same tool. It's a well-made tool. It's really got a fairly similar look to the Pexto, but they just, instead of doing that jaw on it, a pipe jaw on it, they did smooth jaw in here. And really turned out nice. So there's a variety of monkey wrenches. Like I say, I've got a lot more in my collection, but that does give you a good overview of the monkey wrenches that were made over the years, and something that's made today. Again, just a couple of them, the Trimo, and this one with this type of jaw adjustment. One different one in the B and C where they did the jaw adjustment on the shank of the tool, and all the rest of them are exactly the same as far as the way they move the jaw open and close. So there's my collection of monkey wrenches I've restored in this size range. I hope you enjoyed the video.